I cuddle my mum every night nearly. Like whilst we're watching TV, I'm like,
आप में आज क्या भूत घुसा है? क्या भूत घुसा है?
भूत नहीं घुसा, आपको सोई नहीं यार।
बोलो
ना कुछ नहीं।
बोलो
शट अप
प्लीज।
बट
बट पूरा घर क्यों हिला दिया आपने?
घर नहीं लाया, ठीक कर रही हूँ।
ओ ऐसे ही लोग अपनी गलत एक्शन जस्टिफाई करते हैं। आई एम नॉट किलिंग एनीवन, आई एम फिक्सिंग द वर्ल्ड।
यस
So I woke up and I hear like, and like, what's happening? I go out. So we have two fridge. One is in this guest room because no one comes, and second is in this thing. And my mom's shifting those. Then there's more. What's happening? She is moving the bed around. Then there's more. What's happening? In the whole living room, she's moving all the sofas around. Like, what is happening in this house? I'm so grateful for my relationship with my mother today. It used to be completely opposite. Ask any of my relatives or even my friends rather. Ashi? Asha? कहाँ हो यार?
गुस्सा आ गया तो चीज़ें तोड़ देनी है। जो कह दिया वही करना है। स्कूल नहीं जाना, बंक करना है। मैं जाऊंगा तो गाड़ी में जाऊंगा, मैं जाऊंगा नहीं तो बस। I had tough time with you.
और अब कैसे हो?
ठीक है, अब तो अच्छा हो गया।
So she's like the biggest testimonial. You can ask my friends' parents how much of a bad influence they thought I was on their kid, and how did all of that change? Is the question we're gonna answer today. Okay, so what I was thinking was, let's go and have this discussion with my friend Roxy, because she works with children, she's a teacher, and she obviously has to work with parents also because of that. And I'll add my bit of experience in this too. And my biggest issue with my mom used to be that I thought was like against me. I used to think that she's my enemy, number one. She didn't want me to be happy. She didn't want me to have all the good things. She wanted me to suffer, and that was my biggest mistake. When I changed my perspective, I realized that she's doing everything for me. She wants me to have the best of things, and if she sees someone or something as a threat to me being a good person, then obviously she's going to try and stop me from it, and that friction is what creates that gap. So since this can be a little bit of a sensitive topic because everyone's parents are different, but I feel like what I'm about to share is generalized to a large degree of parents. So I'd like to start off with saying that trust your parents, trust that they want the best for you. Roxana, na, na, na. Please answer your phone now.
hello?
So, one thing I mentioned in a day where I shot but I didn't edit and put it up is that Roxy actually wanted to be a YouTuber, and if you guys like her stuff, comment saying that Roxy should start a YouTube account. We decided last time that if we have 10 comments, she'll make one video.
He's lying.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth. As a dare at least, and then see if you like
Okay,
it.
fine, done. 10
Done?
comments. 10 comments that's saying, please
Roxy,
make a YouTube, Roxy, or
We would
whatever.
love to see you on YouTube
Yeah,
or
not
something
just 10
which says Roxy something.
Yeah, for
With-
sure.
Yeah? Guys, come on, let's do this. So what we're going to talk about today is Roxy, because she's a teacher and she deals with parents all the time and she's very good with parents in general. Her and I can just sit down and actually have a little discussion about what it takes to understand parents maybe.
Sure.
And-
I'm not an expert, let's put it that way.
Yeah, and just a
That's not
disclaimer, like this is a generalized thing. Like so many people have different relationships with their parents and some of this stuff just doesn't work. So this is just from like our
Of course,
perspective.
it's not factual information, it's just our opinions and our thoughts and an open discussion on parents and parenthood. Not that either of us are parents.
How to build a good relationship with them. And it just kind of became like this war type of thing. But after 12th grade is when it started like getting better, because Ajay sir,
Right.
the biggest lesson I feel like he taught me was, one, he taught me how to respect my mom and like love her and appreciate her. That had a huge impact, like just because I realized like what she actually does for me and like what she should mean in my life in a way, you know, like I've undervalued her.
Teenagers are really complex and they can't handle their emotions and they're totally like egocentric in ways that people think children always are, but I feel like everyone, I mean, if you haven't had a rocky patch with your parents whilst being a teenager, then I really...
And you need to get checked up.
You've got problems then. Of course, we don't speak for all people. I think this is so important because I was always a bit oblivious and naive to the fact that some people have shit parents. And like, some people have really shit parents.
Yeah.
And I just thought, nah, like, okay, maybe it's the kid, you know?
No, but
ultimately,
I used to think the same
your
thing.
parents love you and your parents are going to be there for you. And your parents are the mature one, your parents are the adult, like all of these things.
But that's just a generalized truth we expect.
And that's not true at all. Like
they can sometimes be like the toxic in your life, you know?
for sure. And
So,
they can, you know, mess you up real bad as well.
because everything that you are is because of them. Like from the ages 0 to 7 at least, what they've primed and taught you is like your subconscious pattern.
Yeah, I think it's important to note that parents don't universally love you. Like,
Like earlier I used to think that all parents are like, you know, wish well for their children and stuff, but there are some really negative relationships out there, and you know, this is not for those because I don't have that experience.
how do you know that?
No biting that.
Stop. And I've had dengue before, so if I get dengue again, I'll die.
Dengue alert, we're gonna shift our places. Because as a teenager, like, okay, fine, whatever happens, it's like you're not mature enough, you know. Some people are, it's great, but not everyone is.
Yeah.
But as like I feel you grow up, there's a sense of like, I'm a big believer in like having ownership for everything around you and taking ownership of it. So for example, if you do have a bad relationship, you can choose to do something about it, right? And as a teenager, maybe I forgive you, but as a grown up, if you're complaining about having a bad relationship, then fucking fix it, you know.
Yeah.
It's
I just
a
think
two-sided effort.
There are so many factors that you have to take in in any relationship, be it in, you know, siblings, parents, or, you know, friendships, whatever. Of course, what I'm saying is that there are so many contributing factors to relationships with parents, and as a kid and as a teenager, you're growing up, you're figuring yourself out, and it's your parents' job to facilitate that and to be there for you, in my opinion, and to care for you and love you. But I think as an adult, it's your job to reflect and to understand and to empathize with your parents and to know all these things about them. Like, there were so many things that I kind of, I wouldn't say hated, but like resented my mum for. I feel bad that I'm saying so many bad things about my mum. She's like, what about your father? That now as an adult, I can respect her for and I can empathize with to a certain level. And I understand so much about why she is the way she is, because now I know more about myself.
And you can even understand why you are the way you are, because you can understand them better.
Exactly. So as an adult, I think, yes, maybe it is your responsibility to
meet them halfway.
Yeah, take a step back, make some compromise, and it's not fully their responsibility. I think still your parents will feel like, you're still my kid. Like,
I feel like one of the things that even good parents, and I feel like a lot of the bad parents also do.
Yeah.
And maybe there's a small percentage of parents that aren't like this, which is they always have, or most of the time, actually always want the best for you. A parent might make a bad decision or might do the wrong thing with the right intention, because they don't know better. So as a teenager, sure, like get pissed, but as an adult, like forgive them for it, because you understand this now and you're watching my videos, so like now you do, so you have no excuse.
And I think even like something really, even as an adult, of course, you're gonna have certain heightened emotions when it comes to your parents. Like, yeah,
it's also because there's so many triggers built with them because of the due period of time.
For sure. And I always relate, whenever there's a situation
you
like
did this when I was 6.
Yeah, exactly. In my head, it's like, actually, look, you're continuing these behaviors and it's affecting me.
But you'd be much more forgiving if it was me.
For sure.
The same thing.
I wouldn't have gone into that
thought process.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gone into that attack mode. You know what I mean? Which I do.
You always do this.
Yeah, like you just care about that, you don't care about me.
Yeah.
And mashing, like, I hate you. And this was yesterday, okay? But then 15 minutes later, I knew that I had just got overwhelmed and upset in that moment, and just let go of that and show her that actually I do love her, because I think parents really need that, actually. Like, parents need
to feel appreciated.
100%.
They've, like, I can't imagine doing what my mom's done for me for someone else so selflessly.
For sure.
So just give them that compassion.
Oh, for sure. And I think there's something that always stood with me from when I was a teenager, and I used to tell my mom I hate her. I'd be like, hate you! And she used to always say to me as a teenager, imagine if I said that to you. Imagine if I said that to you. And I remember thinking, gosh, imagine if my mum just got upset, she told me she hated me. I would be so hurt. I would be heartbroken, like distraught, and she would never say that to me.
And that's key, actually, like what Srinati says, like any situation, like before saying anything, just imagine if they said that to you.
Yeah, and I think that also is very telling.
I can't imagine my mom saying I hate you.
Imagine if your mom enraged and I hate you, Bob. Like, that's so horrible.
I would have cried.
Oh, for sure.
I cry right now.
And that was her way of telling me, look how much I endure for you, and like how it doesn't affect me. I'm your mother, I'm here for you.
Kids, we're vlogging here.
You want to talk about your parents? I feel like a lot of this has been mother talk. And I think mothers are very different to fathers. But I also think mother and sons and everyone has different relationships, But yeah, I think that's a really important fact. Imagine if one of your parents told you they hated you. Like,
told you to get lost. So I think this is a lot of insight. What my key takeaways would be that meet them halfway. Realize that, they have gone through so much, and if you were to treat them the way if they were to treat you the way you treat them, you're dead. Anything else?
I think,
Just to sum it up?
To sum it up, I think as an adult, it is your job to be more understanding to your parents and their struggles, and they're just like you and I, we're all the same. They're not superhumans.
Yeah, and be friends with them, and just be curious about their life. You'd make such a more better relationship, like a friendly relationship. And just be honest, they'd be the first person to forgive you out of everyone else, for sure.
100%. The most special part.
Go give your parents a hug right now and be like, comment, subscribe to Parts videos.
I'm gonna go home and probably shout at my mom or something. But
Okay.
yeah.
See you guys tomorrow. Bye. And this is probably the last time you'll see Roxy for a while now because she's going back to London. Hopefully, I hope her flight gets cancelled.
No. What the hell? 5 10.
Bye, guys.